There we go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Friday, May 6th, 2016.
Commissioner Davis, Rodriguez, James, and Jacinto are present. President James, we have a quorum. May we start with Bureau introductions, please, starting with Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Russ Drizella, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Aida Valencia, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Master Jerry, Bureau of Sanitation.
Good morning, Jim Lantry, Engineering.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards for general public comment nor any of the items.
Okay, then we'll go ahead and close general public comment. Our first item of business, the approval of the meeting minutes from the meeting of our Monday, April 18th. Is there a second to my motion that we approve those meeting minutes by Commissioner Rodriguez? Any objection? Without objection, we'll approve those meeting minutes. Agenda item number 7. A1 Quality Blinds has transmitted the release of a stop notice in the amount of $37,517.29 in connection with the Department of Water and Power La Cretz Innovation Campus Project, the contractors USS Cal Builders Incorporated. Is there a second to my motion that we adopt number 7, or we receive number 7 forthwith? By Commissioner Rodriguez. Any objection? Without objection, we will do so. Agenda item number 6. The mayor has approved in return for further processing proposed personal services contracts with the pre-qualified on-call community and business outreach consultants for various wage standards enforcement and implementation projects. Is there a second to my motion that we adopt agenda item number 6 forthwith? By Commissioner Rodriguez. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 6 forthwith. Agenda item number 1. Bureau of Engineering and Bureau of Street Services for Council District 14. Recommending that the board approve the request to temporarily close First Street from Central Avenue to Rose Street and Alameda Street, from Temple Street to 2nd Street for 8 55-hour weekends as follows: to facilitate the utility replacements and soldier piles and decking installation for construction of the First and Alameda Y Metro Regional Connector Transit Corridor Project. And the dates are Friday, May 6th, that's this evening, 9 p.m., to Monday, May 9th, 2016 at 4 a.m. Following week, Friday, May 13th, 2016 at 9 p.m. to Monday, May 16th, 2016 at 4 a.m. Friday, May 20th, 2016, 9 p.m. to Monday, May 23rd, 2016 at 4 a.m. Friday, June 3rd, so it looks like we're skipping Memorial Day weekend. Friday, June 3rd, 2016 at 9 p.m. to Monday, June 6th, 2016 at 4 a.m. Friday, June 10th, 2016 at 9 p.m. to Monday, June 13th, 2016 at 4 a.m. Friday, June 17th, 2016 at 9 p.m. to Monday, June 20th, 2016 at 4 a.m. Friday, June 24th, 2016, 9 p.m. to Monday, June 27th, 2016 at 4 a.m. And Friday, August 5th, 2016 at 9 p.m. to Monday, August 7th. Monday is going to be August 8th if Friday is August 5th, by the way. August, whatever that date would be. Mr. Campos, can you check on the calendar? Is Friday the 5th?
Friday is August the 5th.
Okay, then Monday is going to be August 8th.
Monday is the 8th.
At 4 a.m. I only know that because my birthday is on a Saturday this year, August 6th. I'm not hinting or anything like that. Second, and approve the request. No gifts, please. And approve the request to temporarily close First Street from Central Avenue to Alameda Street from Monday, May 23rd, 2016 to Friday, August 5th, 2016, and authorize the Bureau of Street Services to extend the full closure for a period of no more than 3 days if unforeseen conditions are encountered, which delay the completion of this construction. This would also be an amended report because we have the submission of the Department of Transportation Traffic Impact Statement. Mr. G.
Good morning. I am Curtis G. from the Bureau of Engineering Metro Transit Division. The Metro Regional Connector Project is a 1.9-mile underground light rail system through downtown Los Angeles that will extend the GO Line station to GO Line's Little Tokyo station to the 7th Street Metro Center. Metro and their contractor, RCC, is requesting the next phase of street closures to facilitate the completion of the portion of the temporary roadway decking of the intersection of First Street and Alameda Street to construct the underground Y structure. The Y structure will provide for the junction of light rail lines leading from Union Station and Pico Elixir Station to the new underground First and Central Station. This phase of work under street closure will consist of the replacement of a 36-inch water line, supporting of utility lines, installation of soldier piles, deck beams, and concrete beam panels to accommodate the excavation for the subterranean structure. This phase of street closures will be completed under 2 stages of traffic control, stage A2.0 and A2.1. Excuse me. Stage A2.0 and A2.3. Stage A2.0 consists of 8 55-hour weekend street closures of First Street from Central Avenue to Rose Street and Alameda Street from Temple Street to 2nd Street starting 9 p.m. on Friday and ending 4 a.m. on Monday for the following weekends: May 6, 2016 through May 9, 2016, May 13th through May 16th, 2016, May 20th through May 23rd, 2016, June 3rd through June 6, 2016, June 10th to June 13th, 2016, June 17th to June 20th, 2016, June 4th to June 27th, 2016, and August 5th to August 8th, 2016. Stage A2.3 consists of a 75-day full closure of First Street between Central Avenue and Alameda Street beginning at 4 a.m. Monday, May 23rd, 2016, and ending at 9 p.m. Friday, August 5th, 2016. Metro has stated that they have informed the community and stakeholders and received their support for the proposed closures. Metro Construction Relations have informed the community and shareholders through briefings and meetings, distribution of construction notices, project-wide updates, Facebook and Twitter updates, advertisements in the newspaper, ways, notifications, and a project hotline. Metro has obtained a peak hour exemption for the period from the Bureau of Engineering. A nighttime variance permit was granted from the Los Angeles Police Department. Requests for extensions will be applied as necessary. Since this board report was written, there has been additional community meetings, and now Council District 14 is in support of the request of the First Street between Central Avenue and Alameda Street closure, and all 8 55-hour weekend closures through August 8, 2016. A detailed traffic impact statement, excuse me, a detailed traffic impact statement has been written by the LADOT and has been amended to this report. I will summarize. The Los Angeles Department of Transportation has reviewed a traffic management plan for the proposed closure for the associated work. There are numerous significant impacts expected from this closure, including restricted access to downtown and Little Tokyo, complete rerouting of westbound and eastbound traffic on First Street, and severe impacts to Alameda Street. Potential impacts to fire department response times exist as both directions of the detour route along Temple Street pass in front of Fire Station 4. Mitigation measures include signing of 2 detour routes in each direction, additional left and right turn phasing, traffic control officers, and signing signal timing adjustments. However, no mitigation measures can completely eliminate the impacts from such a large-scale closure. As a result, there will be significant and reoccurring traffic congestion. LADOT has stated that they concur with the closure because of the necessity of installing utilities, soldier piles, and decking to further construction of the regional connector project, and will work with the contractor to minimize impacts as much as possible. There are representatives from Metro and RCC today, if there's any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. G. Any questions at all, colleagues? Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Curtis, thank you, and the team and the Bureau of Engineering team. It's good to see our Metro partners and collaborators here. You know, the briefings were important to understand that this is a very important connector part of the whole Metro plan. It has significant traffic impact, and it's good to see that DOT had elaborated on their traffic impact statement. it's also important that we circled back with the Little Tokyo community, and that CD14 is okay with the plan moving forward. So I want to thank you and the BOA team for your work.
Thank you, Commissioner Jacinto. Anything further at all? I don't have anything further. Thank you for the report and for the follow-up, the outreach, and the follow-up with the council office as well. So Commissioner Jacinto, is that a motion and seconded by Commissioner Rodriguez? Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 1. Any problem sending number 1 forthwith? We'll send number 1 forthwith. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Have a nice weekend. Oh, and by the way, that's as amended,
That's as
which
amended.
we had indicated that includes the two things, the date of August 8th and the DOT traffic impact statement.
That is correct.
Correct. Thank you, sir. Agenda item number 2. Office of Community Beautification for Council District 13, recommending that the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to grant Los Angeles River Revitalization Corporation revocable permission to encroach within the public right-of-way to improve access to the LA River bike path and beautify 3 street ends by removing invasive plants, installing native landscaping, replacing derelict fencing, I hate that kind of fencing, and installing benches along the Los Angeles River Greenway in Council District 13. Mr. Roch.
Good morning. Paul Roch, Director of the Office of Community Beautification, with an Adopt a Median proposal before the board this morning. The Adopt a Median program was established to assist community groups in adopting, improving, and maintaining areas of public property throughout the city of Los Angeles. The OCB has been assisting the LA River Revitalization Corporation with obtaining approval for the beautification of 3 street ends where they end into the LA River, sort of in the community of Atwater. Work shall include the removal of invasive plants, the planting of native landscaping, replacement of worn-out fencing, and the installation of pedestrian benches along the LA River Greenway in Council District 13. The work locations are at the ends of Clearwater Street, Coolidge Street, and Newell Street, again where these end at the LA River. The organization will assume responsibility for the maintenance upon completion of the work. The plans have been reviewed and approved by both the Bureau of Street Services and Bureau of Engineering. The Office of Council Member Mitchell Farrell is in support of these projects, and we respectfully request board approval.
Thank you, Paul. Any questions? Is there a motion by Commissioner Rodriguez? I'll second it, along with Commissioner Jacinto, on agenda item number 2. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 2. Any issue sending it forthwith? We'll send number 2 forthwith. Thank you, Paul. I see you're here on number 3 as well. Office of Community Beautification for Council District 15, recommending the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to execute an amendment to the contract with Los Angeles Conservation Corps in the amount of $532,000 for sidewalk construction and public right-of-way infrastructure improvements in Council District 15. Mr. Roch.
Yes, the Office of Councilman Buscaino has transferred funding to the Office of Community Beautification with the intention of contracting with the LA Conservation Corps for public right-of-way infrastructure improvements in Council District 15. Work shall include median island improvements in the community of San Pedro and the Harbor Gateway, installation of a community garden in Watts, tree planting in San Pedro, and sidewalk repairs in Wilmington and the Harbor Gateway. And again, OCB respectfully requests board approval to allow us to amend an existing contract with the LA Conservation Corps.
Any questions on agenda item number 3? Any questions on agenda item number 3? I don't have any questions. I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 3, seconded by Commissioner Rodriguez. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 3 so you can get this work going in Council District 15. Any problem sending it forthwith? We'll send number 3 forthwith. Paul, you're here on number 4, recommending the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to execute an amendment to the contract with Los Angeles Conservation Corps to include an additional $1.125 million to continue the City Plants tree planting program. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. Paul Roch, Office of Community Beautification. Previously, the Board of Public Works has entered into an MOU with the Department of Water and Power to partially fund the City Plants program. Funding from DWP has been received and deposited into the Public Works Trust Fund, and this request, if approved, would authorize the Office of Community Beautification to amend an existing contract with LACC with these funds for the continuation of tree planting work and distribution events as part of the City Plants program.
That's citywide, isn't it, Paul?
That is citywide,
Okay.
yes it is.
Go ahead.
Work shall include concrete cutting, tree planting, tree maintenance, and the operation of the distribution events. And I do want to acknowledge that LA Conservation Corps is here. Carlos Campero. LACC's been doing a great job. If anyone attended the LA Conservation Corps luncheon earlier this week, you heard Carlos give some great testimonies. I do want to admit or acknowledge his presence here at the meeting this morning, and we respectfully ask for board approval for this item.
Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Paul, thank you for that. Carlos, thank you. And mabuhay to LACC for the incredible work you've done throughout the years. Just wanted to clarify the term of the extension of the contract agreement. It is through the end of the calendar year 2016. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. I mean, the contract itself with LA, I believe, goes through the end of 2017. These funds themselves will probably be utilized over a 6-month period from July to December.
Very good. Thank you.
Commissioner Rodriguez.
Thank you, Paul. And, thanks to the Corps for always being such a great collaborator and partner with us in the city of Los Angeles to help ensure that we can actually do a lot of these plantings and still provide a lot of youth opportunities and education. It's always just such a wonderful program. Been a long-time supporter, and I was at the luncheon and just fabulous job. So congratulations. But Paul, I do have a question regarding our nursery, and do we at all leverage any of the trees that we have within our nursery to help supplement some of the, in lieu of some of the purchases of the trees, so that we can actually maximize our the resources that we're allocating for the purposes of this program?
Do you know? Come on up, Carlos. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Come on up. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for your kind words. We do visit the Coanga yard twice a month. Wonderful. And speak to staff there. Any trees that are there that are viable, that are not already allotted for a Board of Public Works or Bureau of Engineering or Street Services project, we have access to. So we do pull those trees and we use those first before we go to purchase them for nurseries.
Terrific. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, sir. Anything further? Is there a motion on number 4 by Commissioner Jacinto, seconded by Commissioner Rodriguez? Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 4. We can send it back forthwith. We'll send it forthwith. Paul, it's your big day today. You're here on number 5 as well.
Office of keep you guys busy, yeah.
Office of Community Beautification for Council District 15, recommending the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to execute an amendment to the contract with the Gang Alternatives Program, the GAP program, in an amount of $112,000 for the creation and installation of various pedestrian and lighting improvements in Council District 15. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning for one more time. Paul Roch, Office of Community Beautification. Again, these are funds that were transferred from the office of Councilmember Buscaino with the intention of contracting with one of our nonprofit agencies, the Gang Alternatives Program, for the creation and the installation of various pedestrian lighting improvements in Council District 15, specifically in the communities of Wilmington, Watts, and the Harbor Gateway. Work shall be the installation of some Tilly lights or lanterns that shall be hung on existing street light poles in those communities. So in addition to creating an enhanced visual and beautification experience in those commercial areas, this shall also improve the street lighting, improve the economic development and the public safety in those areas. And again, we respectfully request board approval to allow OCB to amend an existing contract with the Gang Alternatives Program.
Any questions regarding agenda item number 5? I don't have any questions. Commissioner Santos made a motion for agenda item number 5, seconded by Commissioner Rodriguez. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 5. Any problem sending number 5 forthwith? Number 5 will go forthwith. Thank you, sir. Have a nice
Thank you.
weekend.
You too.
Agenda item number 8, an oral report on street lighting technology. Mr. Nunez. Fabian, how are you, sir?
Good morning.
Great.
Fabian Cheng, Bureau of Street Lighting. Here before you is one of the quarterly reports for street lighting technology. Some of the programs that the Bureau is currently working on that are on the forefront of creating, using city infrastructure to add additional technology components to our city. You have in front of you a PowerPoint presentation showing or highlighting some of those programs. The most important, or the one that we have been known for, is our LED conversion program, which we started back in 2009. So far, phase 1 completed over 140,000 LED conversions, saving over 63% energy savings, totaling $7.1 million in annual energy savings.
Mr. Chang, I now see why you were laughing when we walked up here. I'm looking at the sheet.
I just noticed it as well.
Mr. Campos thought that you might have been the former Speaker of the Assembly when he wrote down Fabian Nunez here. And I didn't even look up. I just saw the name, and I looked up, and I thought, well, that's Fabian Chang. Go ahead, sir.
Right. No problem.
It's Friday.
Yeah. Continuing on to phase 2, it is a 4-year program where we're going to convert approximately 30,000 units, mostly decorative and ornamental fixtures. Most of these are in residential areas and throughout the downtown area of the city. Moving on to the Smart Pole Co-location program, this is one of the projects that the Bureau is extremely proud of. We're the first ones in the United States, and I believe worldwide, to implement this type of a program where we use city infrastructure and co-locate these cellular attachments within the street lighting poles, eliminating the ugliness of the equipment, housing them within the street lighting pole, and also eliminating altogether the above ground facilities that you usually see in the parkways of the city. So this is a very exciting program. For this fiscal year, we're scheduled to complete about 100 of these units. We're currently about 85 completed. In the next couple of months, we should hit that mark of 100. For next fiscal year, we're estimating about 200 of these smart poles throughout the city. And here you can see a picture of it. I'm sure most of you or all of you have seen these throughout the city. It's rather remarkable, and it blends well with the street lighting infrastructure for this city. The next page is what we call Smart City Solutions, where in addition to the co-locations, we have been able to implement other state-of-the-art technology. The first one is the EV charging stations attached to existing street lighting poles. So this, is very, as the city moves forward to green energy and green technology, we feel that this is one of the projects that's going to take us there. We have about 3 pilot projects in the city, all of them in downtown. The city, as part of this year's and next year's budget, is expected to add an additional 30 installations throughout the city, mostly in the commercial corridors of the city, downtown, in the valley, and also in the San Pedro area. In addition to that, Solar to Grid is one of the other projects where we're currently scheduled to install about 500 panels on street lighting poles. And these panels essentially capture the sun's energy and feed it back through the electrical grid during high periods of electricity demand. So we're capturing the energy in the morning where it's mostly needed and feeding it back to the Department of Water and Power electrical grid. And lastly, remote monitoring system. As part of the LED installation and moving forward, we're installing these remote monitoring units on each of the street lighting fixtures, where we can measure all the analytics of the street lighting, the current, the power consumption, and most importantly, it gives us the ability to see when there's a street lighting outage instantaneously. Before, as most of you know, we relied heavily on the public to report street lighting outages throughout the city. So this is going to help us a lot. Expedite the repairs for the street lighting throughout the city. Currently, we have about 61,400 units, and we're currently installing more and more every day for the street lights.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Fabian. Commissioner Rodriguez?
Thank you, Fabian. You know, well, I've been out to the yard several times over the course of my appointment here on the Board of Public Works, and I'm always so excited to connect with so many of the guys at the yard and ladies at the yard that are doing such amazing innovations here in this city. And, you know, I was driving through Hollywood a few weeks back and with my husband, and I saw another smart pole installation, and you know, I was so enthusiastic and so excited to see this just kind of popping up in a variety of neighborhoods throughout the city. And it's just a testimony to, I think, the great work that the Bureau is doing and the collaborations. The solar to grid, I know, was a challenging one, and working so closely with the Department of Water and Power to secure everything that we needed to ensure that that went without a hitch. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody at the Bureau for just always being at the forefront of innovation and looking ahead and figuring out how we can collaborate so that we can deliver these types of very significant and meaningful programs that are bringing this city into the future. I'm always so excited to be part of some of the unveilings of these innovations. It's just, it's great to just be at the forefront and really leading the country in the way that we have with this Bureau. And just my hat's off to you guys for all the great work that you do.
Thank you, Commissioner. I appreciate your comments.
Commissioner Davis?
And I want to echo Commissioner Rodriguez's remarks in terms of how proud we are of the new innovations that we are implementing, and certainly being one of the technologically advanced cities. And I would say thirdly that the effort of the mayor to also push technology is reflected in the work that you are doing, and in particular what you have done as it relates to this project. And so we're very proud about that, and we know that communication is critical for all of us, and so you help us to improve the quality of life by improving the aesthetics in terms of the technology that you're implementing, and I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. You know, perfect lead-in from Commissioner Davis and Commissioner Rodriguez about not only the technology, but the qualitative, the aesthetic enhancement that the Bureau of Street Lighting brings to our city in fulfillment of our mayor's directive for a safe city. And so I want to thank you for working with us also on a project that we have in CD13 in historic Filipino town, Fabian, to the Director Ed and Norma and the rest of the staff of the Bureau of Street Lighting. That project is a project of national significance, and it shows our city's just leadership when it comes to not only innovation, but to highlighting the diverse places, the diverse communities, the diverse neighborhoods in our great city of Angels. So thank you, sir, for that, and please relay those thanks and appreciations to the rest of the Bureau of Street Lighting staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Well, you're 4 for 4 today. I just love this stuff. So this is great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great job, as usual. We just would love to see more of it, as I know you would. I know you guys are operating at capacity, and that's the way you should be. And, you know, we'll look forward to another banner year. So thanks. Keep it up. I know the mayor's office is very excited about all the new technology as well. Thank you, Fabian. Appreciate it. Other than our adjourning motion, Mr. Campos, have we cleared the desk?
Yes, you have.
Okay, Commissioner Rodriguez.
Thank you, Commissioner James. It's with deep sadness that I'd like to adjourn in the memory today of Apostle William T. Broadus. Apostle Broadus is a significant community leader in Pacoima, in our community, and unfortunately he passed just a few days ago. He was born December 1st, 1944 in Portland, Oregon, pastoring at Calvary Baptist Church in Pacoima for 34 and a half years. He is survived by his wife of 36 and a half years, prophetess Gloria L. Broadus, the co-pastor, and is survived by his 5 children, Bishop McQuail, Teria, April, Reverend Kenneth, and William Broadus II, 12 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren, 3 brothers, Abdullah Hillary Broadus, Zadar Broadus, and Arthur Broadus, as well as his 5 sisters, Farah Rosita Broadus, Marie Broadus Nilams, Pamela Broadus, Francine Broadus Uptuta. So I ask that we please adjourn in his memory today.
We are adjourned.